the turrets, and this time I've turned on the YouTube recording. Hello everyone and welcome to round 1 of Sunday Night Carte. This is a game of Thanisse versus AmareeLis, and I'm casting it as Descon, and we have two co-casters with me for this game. We have Tracy and Katie no P. Unfortunately,
I can't hear Tracy. Isn't he in the table?
Oh. Yeah, I probably need to invite him. So that probably would work. Okay. And I'm inviting him to this call.
Hello.
Hello. And I'm gonna also turn off the music. Hopefully it didn't drive everyone away. And we're back in the game. Everyone loaded up, and AmareeLis ended up on the play this game, so the familiars are not gonna be as strong as they were last game. Not that they actually got to do anything. But
Pale Blue Moon is actually a pretty good answer to familiar.
It is. Pale Blue Moon is a good answer to most stuff in the game, I find, as a black player.
Yeah, I mean, putting them into the blue deck is good because the blue other two drops that you'd want to play is the gemstone dealer. So I think that's why quite a lot of blue people play him.
Yep. Yeah, Pale Blue Moon would be more fair at 2 toughness, but I don't think it will actually see play at 2 toughness because the white one is a 1-2. And the transformation is reasonable compared to the Bloody Moon.
Yeah, all the others are 1-2 or 2-1, so
there would be no reason to be 0-2 instead of 1-2 or 0-2.
So AmareeLis played Brilliant Wisdom. Why is the number of cards only 5 in her hand, or his hand? Sorry.
Because he
mana zoned and to play.
Yeah, Brilliant Wisdom doesn't draw until your next turn. That's right.
Yeah, by the looks of it, having used her refresh, she's not got any shards, so she's had to play Brilliant Wisdom fairly early by mana zoning.
Yeah, and we're doing this over Skype. Vent has way too many problems. I absolutely despise Vent with a passion. So now Thanisse has an interesting choice. Does he kill the familiar, or try to kill the familiar but weaken his looter, or does he wait for the familiar to flip forward but have the looter as a 1-3? Because as we saw last game, looters are very important to their long game plan, and having a looter get for an extra hit or two in.
I think at this stage he might want to see if he can do a bit of damage or even kill something, because obviously the gemstone has magic ward, so it'll be difficult for blue deck to deal with it. Otherwise, he's used the hero skill.
Yep.
Quite early again. Did he get any other familiars with it? No.
So
he's just got the 1 damage. He hasn't managed to take any other familiars out of the game, which suggests that they're in her hand.
So that means
I don't really get why he blocked his familiar instead of Gemstone Dealer. He couldn't even be fearing dual casting since Gemstone has magic ward. I don't know.
Yeah, it could. Well, the gemstone dealer wouldn't even trade. They would just bounce off each other.
Were the familiars a big factor in the last game? I missed it because I was busy losing.
No, they actually basically they were very threatening, but Thanisse always had an answer when they got played, so he was able to instantly answer them. So in some way they were a factor in that they forced his hand and force him to respond, play in a way maybe that he wasn't too happy with. And yeah, he just realized that AmareeLis has 3 familiars in her hand, or his hand. I keep looking at the hero and calling him a her. I have no idea if it's a guy or a girl.
I can't say anything about his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. AmareeLis is a girl, and obviously Thanisse is a guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, the name does sound like it could be female-ish, but it could be a male too name, or could be completely random. No one ever knows. And looks like Thanisse is starting to work on the gemstone dealer with his looter. The black clockwork is really nice right now, since okay, so so basically it's gonna take out the Master of Mind and then also use up something else to finish it off.
Yeah, it's very good in the blue mirror. It's just a straight up 2-for-1 in that sense.
Yep. I mean, he can't even get value out of dual casting, since gemstone dealer is not gonna die to it due to magic ward if he has it in his hand, which I can't see the hand myself, just to make it easier to commentate. So I mentioned cards that I expect they might have, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier for me to. I mean, I'm also not looking at his hand, but it's easier for me to guess because Thanisse and I sort of worked on our blue decks together, so our decks are quite similar in that I can kind of guess what he would have or what he would play.
Yeah. So after the discussion yesterday, he does play the stairs that draws 3 cards. This card's random one.
Does he? How did it work for him in the last game?
Very well.
Really well.
It was a straight up draw 3.
It's interesting that he'd play it because he does have brilliant wisdoms as well.
Like, he drew 3 and discarded a Brand of Water, like really, really late
Like,
into
yeah,
the game.
it was like
So-
they were
so
sitting
good.
around 10 mana or something like that at that point. Ooh, Adventure of Little Witch. It's one of those cards that I expect to see more play, but I understand why it doesn't. It's a 2 mana Firebolt, but it gets past Magic Ward.
And it can be used as an instant in their turn
And
as well.
well, it can be used to attack a hero directly for 1 damage. Yeah, so it's an instant 2 mana Firebolt with the slight upside of getting past magic immune and being able to deal 1 to hero. But the thing is, I'm really not a big fan of Firebolts himself, because I just feel like they're too low impact to be worth the card slot.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm not sure a slightly better Firebolt is still good enough to play.
Although they do work quite well in AmareeLis's deck because it is sort of a deck based on getting creatures from nowhere all of a sudden.
Yep.
And with skills and
So
making them do stuff.
Yeah, he also can use it with Kala Rossi's hero
Yep.
skill if he really needs to.
Yep.
Yeah, and from what I recall, she also has Master of Truth Seekers in the deck as well, which obviously will work nice with it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
rush one in, give it blast, and then
I like just splashing 1 Master of Truth Seeker in your deck, because sometimes giving blast 1 to your whole board is so strong.
Yep. Like, even if the blast 1 never triggers, it still forces your opponent into a very awkward game. And like, forcing your opponent to do what he doesn't want to do can often be just as important as getting straight up value.
Yeah.
interesting move there by AmareeLis. Double agenting the Pale Blue Moon. It always feels weird, double agenting a 2-drop,
Yeah,
but it's usually quite good because it's a Pale Blue Moon.
yeah, that's the
I
thing
like
about
it because Bloody Moon in blue versus blue is really strong.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, the thing about Pale Blue Moon, early game it's just a 0-3, but late game it's so easy to transform it, and by the time you play a double agent, you can transform it next turn. And speaking of double agents,
And there we go, you
You
see.
really want this piece
So
I
I
mean,
think the same thing, yeah.
the best 4-drop in the
But-
game, arguably,
but-
Master of Mind, and he prefers
Thanisse
the
gave AmareeLis a CE, so
Yeah.
it's a drawback.
Yeah, definitely. AmareeLis
Yeah.
definitely came out ahead in that exchange.
But yeah, it shows the power of the Bloody Moon late game for in a blue mirror for somebody not to steal the Master of Mind in a blue mirror, because that's normally what you always would take.
Yep. Also, at 3 toughness, it's almost as hard to kill for a blue deck as a Master of Mind.
Absolutely, and you can see at the moment it's just stopping the looter. There's nothing he can do because there's no way he's going to be able to get past it.
Well, the looter is on the side of the pale blue moon, so he's not going to be attacking into it. But
No, I mean that's the strength of the Master of Mind. It stops the looter dead.
yeah,
Yeah, he still wants the Bloody Moon.
yep.
I don't
Well,
like CE double agent. Giving them a CE is never nice.
it's a decent picture. I'm not big into artwork. Like, I can appreciate a good picture, but that's about it. Well, also, if you took the Master of Mind, the other side looter would spend 5 turns bouncing off double agents and pale blue moon. So
True.
it's not like it was getting through anytime soon. I don't like that he played the Mastermind on defense. You have to get some kind of pressure on the opponent.
I agree. I'd have played the second one in attack as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
and
Thanisse playing around the obvious hiding fire quite well there.
Like, the board here just screams for Bloody Moon abuse. Actually, at one point, Thanisse is going to flip it, and that's like throwing those one damage each turn.
yeah, I mean the only thing I can think about it when an opponent plays everything in defense is he has a hangman, but this is too early to set up for a hangman. At least that's the way I feel like. You set up for it late game when most people are kind of out of stuff to do.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
gonna,
that
he's
combo
gonna
that he
win
loves.
7 HP again.
Yeah, so now we have AmareeLis ghosting herself.
Yeah, I keep saying he. I'm sorry, but
Does love that combo.
AmareeLis got trolled again with soul absorption on
Yep.
Arcsage.
Soul absorption, because it would be so good against aggressive decks too, since you can usually play Arcsage in time to soul absorb it, and it's not something that they're gonna kill instantly.
Yeah.
It's also quite nice in blue mirrors because you know that at some point you're going to get given a double agent. So failing that, you can always take the 6 instead of the 7.
Yep.
Interesting there that AmareeLis also assumably knew that it was hiding fire, but decided just to go ahead anyway.
Well,
And I think that follows on that she should have played the Master of Mind and attack in the first place.
yep. Especially since she has a double agent, which is an amazing way to deal with an archer.
Yeah.
This, like, it has the minimal stats you need to kill an archer if you're level 3 or more. So overall, I have to give the advantage to Thanisse, but the one thing to keep in mind is AmareeLis does have 2 extra cards in hand and a hero skill, so she can easily use it to gain a big advantage on the
Although
board.
Thanisse will be drawing 2 next turn because of the shard.
Yep, but I mean, at that point, so he has 3 cards, AmareeLis has 4 effectively at this point.
Yeah.
But it's still not massive. Basically,
And Thanisse still has to play around the hero skill, as you said.
yeah. Like, AmareeLis can at any point use the hero skill to basically gain a card. Since Thanisse already used up his. They both have turrets up, and I have no idea what they are, so no way to know which one, where the advantage lies there.
Flips the pale blue moon.
Yep. And Now it's gonna start doing work. I mean, it can ping for 1, killing off the hand of Mia for 3, and then swing in maybe. Or he can swing in and flip it and basically guarantee to flip it back. And yeah, now Thanisse is starting to pull out ahead. His deck seems much better tuned for the blue versus blue matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a lot more of
High
the magic
impact
ward
late
and
games.
the high creatures. Yeah.
Where AmareeLis seems to be more as a somewhat aggressive deck rather
Yeah.
than a straight up control.
It's an interesting move.
He has to start busting up through the defense zone eventually.
Yeah.
So might as well do it now.
That's good.
Now he can attack with his archer. Or no, I'm not sure that's how I would have attacked, but I can see the advantage in this. I would prefer to trade off my archer as fast as possible. Okay, so he wants to keep his archer. The thing about blue is that 1 toughness is just so bad, and like I would rather just get the value out of my archer and let him die.
Yeah. I think in any other game that would be fair enough what he's done, but I think in a blue mirror you might as well just sacrifice the archer,
And
especially knowing that there's those cards that AmareeLis has already played, like the little witch and things like that.
yep. I mean, yes, the pale blue moon flips back, but AmareeLis showed that she can actually kill it in instant speed, and you still basically took an extra point of damage on the clockwork. You could have gotten around without taking damage on him if you wanted to. But on the other hand, if she doesn't have a way to kill it, it's much better spot than if it was dead. But yeah,
Another thing to point out is that Thanisse will be 4 mana ahead next turn.
yeah,
That's a lot.
it is.
Oh, right.
So he
This
counts
magic
it.
comes off, it's gonna be so brutal. Oh my god.
I don't think it's gonna matter. That was kind of, it felt like the last hurrah coming out of AmareeLis.
Yeah. Like if this Scream of Ghost went through, I could see her come back a bit. But now it's just so hopeless.
Even if the Scream of Ghost came back through, she still had the Black Clockwork and the Pale Blue Moon left in play. As well as massively behind on cards
Mm-hmm.
and Identical Life. And I would kill off the looter. Like, if there is any way for AmareeLis to come back, it would be getting the looter through and drawing some cards.
I guess that's why he didn't kill the looter, because he could put that on defense and just
But
not have to worry then.
or put this on attack and kill him faster. Or her faster. I don't know. At least as a black player just sitting on your... Like, I guess Thanisse realized he has a much stronger later game than AmareeLis.
Mm-hmm.
So he's fine just like wasting time and slowly taking advantage. But usually when you play against blue, you wanna, if you have a chance to finish off the game, you wanna do it. And AmareeLis keeps correcting me, but that's fine. The first rule of the internet is
Everyone's a guy.
yeah, voice. It's voice or a guy. If you can hear them talk, it's a guy. But and speaking of the Scream of Ghosts that Thanisse had in his hand, which I can talk about because everyone knows he got it from the Magic. Yeah. I don't see AmareeLis coming back. I mean, she's playing Birds of Good Luck and Devotee of Mias, while Thanisse is playing stuff like Master of Mind and Guardians of
Yeah,
Knowledge. I guess that would make sense why he played the Mastermind on defense.
that that's the
Yeah,
right.
I
yeah,
don't know if I
unless
agree with that. I mean, I guess it let him he didn't need to save up 5 mana to do it. But on the other hand, if he just attacked with that guy, he would kill one of them. If he attacked with something else, he would kill the second one. And they're
it is
only
quite
one.
fun to do. It is quite fun to do though,
Yeah,
Yeah.
flinging things forward and attacking with them. So, and also if you did want to play both, then that way, if you wanted to play both and attack, that would be the only way you could have done it anyway.
yeah. No, but I'm talking about the fact that he sacrificed his guy to clear the board when he had a
Wow.
Scream of Ghosts in his hand.
That's just to tell to himself, okay, I play MK4 and not Aquamancer, so it's okay. I can use its effect.
I guess. But at this point, Hangman is not gonna be enough. Like, Hangman is good if you're both out of cards and he puts stuff on your defense zone. But first of all, Bloody Moon doesn't get Hangman, and he has more stuff on his defense zone than he does on his attack zone. So I don't know. I would have just killed those two guys off by attacking them and then swung in. Anyways, even if AmareeLis has a Hangman, she's still gonna die this turn. But
She only has 5 mana then.
yeah,
Mm.
but that's the power of Hangman. It completely changes how the opponent plays, even if it's not there. So, for example, when I get a useless turret, some people just like to use them anyways for like very minimal gain. I just like to let it sit there and let people think I have Hangman. Hopefully they play differently, give me a bit of an advantage or something.
Yeah.
And there we go.
I mean, you're not gonna be able to kill her this turn.
Yeah, he is.
Thanisse, I was talking about if AmareeLis had a Hangman, but
Oh,
getting
yeah.
to 1 life with such massive card advantage in hand and everything
Would
would
have
be
been
enough.
irrelevant, yeah.
Okay, and looks like the round is over. We're off to the next round. Good game to everyone involved. AmareeLis put up a valiant fight, but unfortunately the decks just don't match up in her favor. Thanisse's basic deck is designed to win these kind of long matches, and that's what they were.